Okay, welcome back. We're going to finish this up now. What I want you to think about in this final video here is, are you hypersensitive when people criticize you? Whether it's constructive or destructive, how do you react to criticism? I'll tell you something, and this is true for myself too. How we respond to criticism can set the stage for how we use it to grow and change us. If we're hypersensitive and we fly off the handle and we get very angry and we are so upset that anybody, the nerve to come in and criticize me. It depends on how we respond to it as to really how we can grow from it. We could get good, encouraging, positive feedback. Maybe it is that constructive criticism that we really need. It is a tool that is very powerful in our lives, and it can help us. But we just shove it off because well, how dare you? I don't even know what, you just have no room to say anything in my life, and you just don't know. And we go into hypersensitive, don't criticize me mode instead of listening objectively and learning from it and saying, okay, I'll think about it. I'll pray over it. I'm going to take this and I'll work through it. Doesn't mean that you let it destroy you, but you just accept it and you say, okay, I'm listening. And you don't overreact. You don't fly off the handle immediately to see all criticism as something bad, even if it disagrees with what your initial thoughts are on a topic or a subject or an incident or something that happened. Don't fly off the handle, because that can be a barrier as to what we will learn from it immediately. So what I want you to do for this final segment is to think, when I receive criticism, whether it's constructive or destructive, how do I initially respond to it? Do I fly off the handle and get angry? Do I curse at people and tell them they just have no clue what they're talking about? Do I start pointing fingers at other people and placing blame on them? Do I all of a sudden become a victim? What are my initial responses? And you say, well, I think I know, I'm okay. It's really easy to think we're okay until it happens. So here's what I want you to do. This is your final challenge, and I want you to think about this. Grab your pen and paper, go have a think drink. Work through it, pay attention, because now we've just built an awareness, and a lot of times change begins with making an awareness. I want you to watch your behavior. When you feel that somebody's criticizing you, even if it's constructive or destructive, I want you to stop. And before you react, I want you to pay attention, because now that awareness is built, and I want you to say, oh, wow, how am I feeling about this? And what is my initial response? What do I feel like doing right away? Okay, is it constructive? Is it destructive? What is it that my initial response was? How am I feeling? Am I able to work through this? Am I trying to place blame? Am I trying to shrug it off and look for a reason of why somebody would be criticizing me? No, because you can't criticize me. Do I feel angry? Do I feel like lashing out and retaliating? Do I feel like calling them an idiot? Pay attention to how you feel and to keep track of it. Write it in a journal. I encourage everyone to journal. If you don't want to keep a journal because you're afraid somebody's going to pick it up and read it, there is a website online, and it's called Penzu, Penzu, and I believe it's penzu.com. You can keep an online password protected journal. So you don't have to worry about somebody else finding out what you're feeling or thinking or just ideas that you have. Get creative, doodle, journal. Write your responses as you go through these coaching videos each month, because it's going to help you learn to grow as you go through life, all right? So I want you to think about that. What is your initial response to criticism? Whether it be good or bad, pay attention to how you feel, what you're thinking, and that is going to be the beginning of your growth. Because if you find out that you're not reacting how you would really want to, stop and think, how can I change that? What kind of things can I put into place? Counting to 3, taking 24 hours to think about it. If I know it's a critical person, how could I respond graciously without flying off the handle, without hurting somebody's feelings, without admitting that, yes, you're right, when you know this is a critical person and no, they really have no business telling you this, but you don't want to fly off the handle and respond wrongly. So how could you do that? So first, think about how you respond. And then after you do that and you find out how you've been reacting, I want you to do the second part. Think about steps you can take immediately right now. Put in place a buffer so that when you receive that criticism, How can you respond in a more gracious, in a more mature, in a growth-oriented way that will allow you to use it or dismiss it in an appropriate way? Okay, that's it for this month. I hope this has helped you. I know it helped me a lot. And join us in the online community room. If you're not there as part of your subscription, you can utilize that to have these discussions, to listen in, to talk about experiences, to learn from each other, and offer encouraging advice to other users and listeners, and coaching each other as we go through life. So that's what that's for. I hope you take advantage and use it. We'll see you there. The link is in your magazine, so just simply click on it. Thanks, and I will see you next month and beforehand in the community room. Okay? See you there.